Hi, welcome back to another budgeting video. If you're new here, I do bi-weekly budgeting videos where I go through my paycheck and I figure out my budget for that paycheck. So I go through my whole paycheck and I figure out dollar for dollar how I need to spend my money. And at the beginning of this year, I had a considerable amount of credit card debt. I still have that credit card debt, but I am paying it down. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about just how much I've paid it down so far. So a refresher, at the beginning of this year, I had $9,583.64 in credit card debt. And now, as of March 4th, I have $4,862.18 left. And my goal is to have all of that paid off by April 3rd. Whew, it's a lot. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I've made that progress, giving y'all an update of what happened in February and how much I was able to pay the credit card down. And then in the second half of the video, I'll go through budgeting my first paycheck for March. Okay, so let's hop into Notion so y'all can see how I did this month or this last month. Okay, so we're in Notion. This is a page that I've made just to track my progress for paying this off. So like I said, at the beginning of this year, I had a balance of $9,583.64. And in January, I paid that down $2,600.14. So now, I already talked about that in detail a few videos back. So let's talk about how I did in February. So February, I had a starting balance of $6,983.50. I had to have a minimum payment of $78.23. I paid that, spoiler alert. And I paid $13.23 in interest. One of the reasons why I put so much on this credit card is because they were having this promotion. See, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They're having a promotion of basically like 0 point something percent interest, like a really, really low interest for the majority of last year, I think. And then it went up to like 1% interest, but it'll go back to the regular interest rate of like 20 something percent come April 3rd, which is creeping up on us. It's less than a month. It's less than a month because today is March 5th. So yes, it's less than a month away. But yeah, so that's why I'm trying to pay off as quickly as possible, because come April 3rd, they'll be charging me like real interest rates again. And I don't want to pay real interest rates on thousands of dollars. So yeah, let's go through my payments for February. So my first payment, I did $575.22 on February 3rd. I got paid on February 3rd. So that was probably like what I budgeted for that paycheck. But then I went back on February 8th and paid another $375.36. And I'm not sure where that money came from. I don't know if I was paying something down. Was that me paying for my hotel that I'm gonna be staying in? I don't know where that money came from. But I checked my transactions in my account and I paid that on February 8th. So yay me. On February 13th, I paid $665 even. That money was actually not mine. If you remember a few videos ago, I told you that I'm going to see Beyonce, and I'm going to see Beyonce with my sister. And I booked our tickets, so that's my sister's share of the ticket. So she just sent me the money and I paid it off. So that didn't actually come from my checking account. But this next one did. On February 17th, I paid $1,489.31. That was all me. Whew, that was a lot. But I paid that, and I'm pretty sure that's the day I got paid. So I did a big payment that day. Then February 22nd, another $665. That was my share from the Beyonce concert. Actually, I'm not sure which one of us paid first. Yeah, I'm not sure. But between those two, $665, that was us splitting the payment for the Beyonce concert in July. And then a smaller payment on February 28th, I paid $23.65. I'm pretty sure that was covering some subscription that's still on this credit card. And I haven't moved it over to being paid out of my checking account. It's still on this credit card. So that's what that was, I think. So yeah. So by the end of February, I paid $3,793.64 to this credit card. Most of that was my money, except for my sister's portion of going to see Beyonce, which, let's see. I try to do the math beforehand so I don't have to do the math on the screen. Can I do that without a calculator? Okay, I think I can. So 3,000. That would be a 1. That would be a 3. Oh no. Okay. I used to be really good at math, but I don't need to do math in my regular day-to-day life. So I've now gotten bad at it. Okay. I was close. I could have done that. It was just the pressure of being on camera. Okay. So really, I paid $3,128.54 to this credit card. And the rest is from my sister. My demeanor changed for a second just because that is a lot of money. That's an entire paycheck for me. And it just went to a credit card, which is why when this is paid off April 3rd, let's speak it into existence. This will be the last time I am in credit card debt because this is ridiculous. Like, as soon as I get paid, thousands of dollars goes to a credit card company. Like, it's my money and I should be able to keep it or at least spend it how I want to spend it. And like, I know people just want what we want immediately, and that's like the perk of having a credit card. And I'm saying people and including myself in that because obviously this has happened to me as well. But like, it's really not worth it to put all this on a credit card because this was not emergency spending. Like, none of this was emergency spending. Some of it was when I moved into this apartment. But a lot of it was like consumer spending. So just shopping. Like, no emergencies were put on this credit card. It was just materialistic items that I wanted. In fact, I just got my statement from last year and it shows my entire spending for the entire year of 2022. And I'm going to make a video going through it because it is very like eye-opening to see what I spent money on. So if you're interested in that, give the video a thumbs up or write a comment down below to let me know that you want to see that. But yeah, okay. So like I said, today is March 5th. So there's actually some stuff that I've already done. Oops. I've already made progress for March. So when March started, I had a balance of $4,862.18. My statement hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what my minimum payment is or what my interest that I'll owe is. But I did make a payment on March 2nd for $334.20. That is part of what I budgeted in my last budgeting video, and that is for my Beyonce flight. The flight to go to see Beyonce in Chicago. So that's what that was. And then on March 3rd, I paid $366, and that was part of what I budgeted for this paycheck. So I now have I now have a balance of $4,862.18. I didn't take a screenshot. I forgot to take a screenshot on March 1st to show like what I actually owed on March 1st. But this is what I owe as of today, March 5th. So that's where I'm at with my credit card. I want to tell y'all a couple things. So I have some good news. As a reminder, I am paid bi-weekly, meaning I am paid every other week. And if you are a bi-weekly employee like me, then what you realize is, as far as the weeks of the year go, there are 52 weeks in a year, but there's 4 weeks in a month. So, am I explaining this correctly? I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but what I'm trying to say is there are 2 months of the year, I think it's just 2, but there's 2 months of the year where instead of getting paid twice, I will get paid 3 times because of how it falls on a calendar. And it just so happens that March is one of those months. So in the month of March, I will get paid 3 times. And the way I budget, I pay for my rent with each paycheck, basically. So I pay for half of my rent from each paycheck. So I can pay my rent off of 2 paychecks, but I'll get paid 3 times in March. So I'll get an extra paycheck. And as you'll see in a second, my paycheck is like $3,000. So I think it's actually possible for me to pay this off by April 3rd. And I've already budgeted some of what I want to do with my second paycheck in March. And I think it's possible. I think it's possible. If at the very least, I think that I would have less than $1,000 on the card by April 3rd. But the goal is to pay it completely off by April 3rd. But at the very least, I would have less than $1,000, which, seeing as how I started the year with $9,500, I'm proud of that. I patted myself on the back. That was corny. That was really corny. But, I'm proud of myself because, yes, as, if you watch these videos, I do make a nice salary. There's no getting around that. And it definitely does help when it comes to these financial goals that I have. But at the same time, it doesn't, yes, it is important to have. It's important and it is good to have a high salary, but what's also important is discipline and strategy when it comes to money and money management skills. And I could have very easily just blown through this money instead of putting it towards the debt. So that's why I'm still proud of myself that I was able to do this. Speaking it into existence, that it's going to be paid off by April 3rd. That will be insane. And that also shows me just what I can do, because this is 3 months. This is 3 months of progress. And if I'm able to pay off $9,500 in 3 months, why can I not save $9,500 every 3 months, right? Why can't I apply this same mindset and strategy to saving the way I did to aggressively pay off credit card debt? I should be able to do this in other, sectors of my life. And after the credit card will come my house savings. So yeah, I'm happy for myself. And also, a few videos back, someone commented and said, because if you don't know, I do have money already saved for my house. Excuse me. It's not enough saved for my house, but I have $17,000 saved for a house one day. And when I said that in a past video, someone commented and said, why don't I just use the money that I have saved to pay off the credit card and then pay myself back with the same intensity that I'm using to pay off this credit card? And when they said that, I completely understand where they're coming from. And that's honestly a good idea. And I talked to my mom about it, and my mom's an accountant. So I talked to her about it as well. And she was like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you could definitely just do that. And I agree with it. The only reason I haven't is because I feel like if I take money out of that account, my savings account for the house one day, like, I feel like it would be a bit of a failure in a way. Like, I don't know, emotionally and mentally, I just don't want to see my savings account for the house go down. Yeah, so that is why I haven't done that. But if I don't pay off the credit card by April 3rd, I do think that is what I will end up doing, is moving money from my house savings fund to pay off this card, and then very quickly and aggressively paying myself back. I just haven't done that yet because I didn't, like I said, I don't know, it would feel like a loss to me. Like, it would feel like I messed up or that I did something wrong or like a failure. So yeah, that's why I haven't done it. But if you are watching this and you're the person who left that comment, like, thank you for even bringing that to my attention. And it was a really good idea. So thank you. Okay. So now on to my actual budget for this paycheck. And this video is getting kind of long, so I won't go into as detail when I show the budget. I'll still show everything, but I'm not going to talk through every line item like I do in other videos. Okay, so this is my budget for March. First, let's go over my paycheck. And I've already, like I said, I got paid on, I don't know if I said that already, but I got paid on March 3rd and today's the 5th. So I've actually already done a lot of this already. But I got paid on the 3rd and my paycheck was for $3,108.11. If you've been watching multiple videos, then you may realize that that is less than previous paychecks. And you are right. And let me explain that. So I decided to start contributing to my HSA at work. If you don't know what HSA is, the health savings account. If you have a high deductible health insurance through work, then you're most likely qualified to have a HSA as well. I think I made a video a long time ago explaining HSAs, I think. They're a really good tool to have in your financial tool belt. And I didn't start contributing to it when I started my job last fall. I don't know why I didn't. I can't answer that question for you now, but I had to go through open enrollment shortly after I started my job for this year's like benefits. And I was like, let's go ahead and start contributing to my HSA and max it out for the year. So that is why my paycheck is lower, because I started contributing to an HSA. Okay, back to the budget. So right after I got paid, I woke up and I paid $360 to my credit card, which is what I talked about earlier. I also paid half of next month's rent for $950. That's actually like a little bit more. So 950 times 2 is 19. I had to think about it. Is $1,900, which is more than my actual rent. But I just want to do more, like, to be safer. What is the saying? Better safe than sorry. Yeah. Just to have like a little buffer in case, because my base rent is like 18 something, but that doesn't include my water and sewer, which changes every month. So I'm gonna start adding this little buffer just in case it's more than what I expected. I've already done Apple Music. Oh, I am going to Colombia, the country. Not the place in South Carolina, but the country in South America. I'll be going there in the summertime. I went back and forth on if I wanted to go on this trip. This trip is with my line sisters. So it's our 10-year anniversary. And the only reason I was like contemplating is money, of course, because it's not free. Yeah, and like, I have this like credit card to pay off. I want to get a house. Like, so I was so like unsure about it because where's this money going to come from? And I believe that like if you say yes to one thing, you're automatically saying no to something else. So it's like if I say yes to spending the thousands of dollars, it's going to be like around $2,000 to go. So if I say yes to the $2,000 to go on this trip, then I'm saying no to an additional $2,000 for buying a house one day. So that's why I was unsure about it. But I ended up saying yes to the trip because this is a 10-year anniversary trip. It's special. And I'll never have my 10-year anniversary ever again. So, and I do hope that I would have more opportunities to somehow make more money this year. I don't know. I feel like maybe I can make that money back at some point this year. So I ended up saying yes to the trip, and I will be going on that, and I'll have to budget out paying. They have like a payment plan for the trip, so I'll have to put that into future budgets for future paychecks. But I had to pay my initial deposit for my room, which was $340. Money left over from my last check was just $6, and I put that money towards my credit card. Some other big things. I got my hair done, if you cannot tell. That was $120. This paycheck at the beginning of the month, that's when a lot of my bills are due. So like my energy bill, my rent insurance, my phone bill, Google Fiber, which is my internet. I also tithe off of this paycheck. And then a couple birthdays are in my family this month. So by the end of it, I had $357.41 to spend in the next 2 weeks. And that money, I took off groceries because groceries used to be included in this like layout of the budget. But I decided to spend that as my fun money because I kept finding like I wouldn't actually spend all of the money that I budgeted for groceries. I wouldn't actually use it all. So I decided to move that towards my fun money or disposable money. So yeah, but since I'm filming this on Sunday and I got paid on Friday, let me tell you how much is left. So I told you that I had $357.41 left to spend for 2 weeks. 2 days later, I now have $96 left to spend the remaining 12 days. And what have I spent that money on? I can go back and tell you. I went to Trader Joe's and I spent $86. I'm trying to not eat out, but I did eat out. Although I ate out in a healthy way. I went to this place that's like, all they have is salads, basically. Spent $16 there. I went to a plant store and I spent $62 on plants. Actually, just 2 plants, and then I got 2 pots for those plants as well. What else? Got some stuff from Amazon for $43. Went and got gas. I realized that I was already spending a lot of my money, so I didn't fill up my tank, and I just did $15 for gas. And then today I got food after church. Not brunch really, but I went to this oyster place, which I haven't had oysters since like October, my birthday. And I don't know, I felt like it was a really nice service in church. It was like a really good service, and I left feeling uplifted. And I don't know, I was like, let's go get some oysters. And by let's, I mean me. It was just me. But I got oysters and fries, and that still came out to $29. And then I went and got boba from a place that I really like, and that was $7. So yeah. I now have $96 left for 2 weeks, basically. When I got groceries at Trader Joe's, I got a lot of groceries, so I don't see myself spending that on food really. And that's really what I spend the most money on, is food. I'll sometimes get things from Amazon, which I don't like that I spend so much money there, but they make it so convenient, that shipping. But yeah, so $96 is not a lot. And like I said, when I put gas in my car, I didn't put a full tank of gas, but I don't have a lot of places to go. So I think that that amount is actually fine. So yes, that is my budget for this paycheck, and that's also the progress that I've made on my credit card. We are almost there. We got less than a month to pay this off, and I think it might just happen. Stay tuned for more videos in the future so you can actually see the progress that I've made on paying it off in our race to the finish line. We're almost there. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.